Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Reasonably Effective Podcast. I'm 10 Types, as I was joined by Uncommon Fossil.
Hello, I'm here. I usually say glad to be here. I guess I am. I'm glad to be talking Pokemon. I'm not feeling well. My voice is not sounding well. I've been sick. I think I made other people sick over the holidays too. Sorry to anyone that my family. It's only family, so and they don't listen. So, but you're listening. You're safe. We were doing the sound before this, and 10 Types said there were problems with my audio, but we decided it's just my voice. So sorry about it, and hopefully it holds up for the podcast.
Yep, and hopefully I'm not sick as well. But anyways, it's
Yeah.
the winter. We're all a little under the weather.
Yep.
But we were talking Pokemon today, and today we are ranking the best Pokemon in the TCG. Or yeah, these are like the most played, I guess. We don't have previous evolutions. Some of the previous evolutions, like Dracloak or Dusclops, are grouped in here with the like final evolution, even though they're like kind of different, especially with like Dusk or with Dracloak there. And then also obviously, these are good Pokemon, so we have a little different tier system. It's not like S through F because nothing's going to be F tier realistically. We have S, and then A plus A minus, B plus B, B minus. And in terms of what the tiers are, S tier is like an uncommon fossil. Tell me if you like disagree in any way.
Yeah.
But S is like very, very, very good. Truly best of the best. Like not many cards. And then A is going to be like good cards. I would not be shocked if a lot of the cards here end up in that A range. Again, there are pluses and minuses there, but just like good, like strong cards or like the made Pokemon in a good deck or like a good support piece or something like that. And then B is like decent, like pretty all right, pretty good, but not like nothing spectacular, not like really substantially certainly not defining the metagame or anything like that. And then in terms of the Pokemon we have here, these are the main Pokemon, obviously in the top decks, then the main Pokemon in some decks that aren't quite the top decks, and then we go, I'd say, a little deeper into some of the meta decks, but we don't have like stuff like Screamtail or Mega Diancie EX or things like that. Those aren't here, so there are some good cards that aren't on this list. But tell us in the comment section on YouTube if you have any questions about cards that aren't here, and we can say why we didn't have them, and also where we'd rank them. But yeah, I think that's all the stuff before we hop in.
Yeah, I mean, we just over 30 Pokemon, so we had to cut out a bunch of Pokemon that we could have put in. I mean, S tier, I think there's only a couple of S tier Pokemon at any time anyway, or cards. So I think the A tier would be an A tier on a full S to F, and B tier would be B tier, and then we're using the pluses and minuses to help make some more distinctions. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, do you want to go in order of the Pokemon or like the things in the tier list here, or do you? I assume that's how you want to do it, but
Yeah,
I
I
could do
think
it
we'll
in
jump
different ways.
around some though too, because like the first one, and I'm going to talk about this concept wise too. We have Genesect EX, but then we have Goldengo, which is not next one. I think we'll maybe. I don't know if we want to jump to that next or not. So, but
Yeah.
the tricky thing is like when you do Goldengo, it's both the Pokemon itself, the card itself, which is the main criteria, but also it is a deck too, right? So it
Mhm.
kind of gets because like we have Gardevoir by itself, but Gardevoir is the deck, right? Like you kind of like you say, you don't have Screamtail, but you kind of have to factor those attackers in. Genesect's just in Goldengo, so basically, so it's a little weird how we kind of evaluate these things. I think in that sense, some cards are the deck plus you got to have that card plus some are just the card.
Yeah, I'd say in terms of cards that are like quote the deck, I'm bleeding more into the card. The deck obviously matters, but
Yeah.
I mean the Goldengo deck is made up of different pieces. Obviously, Goldengo EX is the main one, but then Genesect EX is like a meaningful part of the like search engine there. And if you're not familiar, it searches for two metal evolutions or up to
Yes.
two metal evolutions with its ability every turn, and it is a basic. And this card is um good. I don't think it's like super super good. I mean, it definitely helps Genesect, but or no, it helps Goldengo.
Right.
Genesect does, but it doesn't like. I don't think if Genesect wasn't out, that Goldengo would be like bad. I mean, I think Goldengo got substantially better with it, but um, yeah, I feel like this is like one of the weaker Pokemon on this list. Definitely, like it's not a bad card, but it's like pretty niche.
Right. I mean, Goldengo was a very good deck before Genesect. It made it better. It obviously can work with any other Metal Evolution decks, but the attack isn't great. Retreat cost is 2. So, yeah, I mean, is this then a B minus on the tier list?
Um,
Or it's a
is
B,
it?
it's
Yeah,
a B at the most, I think, right?
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Again, it's not like a terrible card, but it's like a once per game effect in one deck, and it's like, I mean, it may be twice, but it's not like it's not getting crazy value that often, in my opinion. But it's like it's like a fine card.
Right. And even like with Goldenga, once you get it in play, you use it, then you also want to get out of play because you want the bench space for draw cards. So,
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of dead weight.
yeah.
Then you want to talk about Goldengo next? You said.
Yeah, why don't we do that? So Goldengo, obviously very good Pokemon. It's the deck based around Goldengo. It has the ability. It draws. You draw one or you draw two if it's in the active spot, and the attack scales really nicely. One metal energy on a stage one. That's very easy to set up, very easy to pay for, and then 50 per energy that you discard from your hand. So which there's a with we have good energy recovery, so it just works really well, right? So it's a very with its attack, its ability at 260 HP, it's a little squishy, right? It's you got to kind of assume you're getting one shot. You got to get going with the deck. That's kind of the weakness. But I think it's somewhere in the A tier Goldengo. That's kind of where I'm thinking it's going to fall somewhere in the A area.
Yeah, and also the ability letting you draw one or two if it's in the active. It's good. It's not
Right.
like, I mean, it's like a nice support piece. I actually recently made a video talking about cards that have both good attacks and abilities, but it's not like huge. But it does get you a handful of extra cards, not necessarily the ones you want, but because you're relying on superior energy retrieval, it'll get you the cards to discard. Even if you get hit by some hand disruption, you should still will be able to fill up your hand to use superior energy retrieval, assuming you have it in your hand. So yeah, I'd say it's like I'd honestly say it's A plus. It's like a
Okay.
powerful attacker in a good deck. Yeah, I mean I could see it in A, but I'd probably put A plus. It's quite good.
Okay, I mean I like it a lot. It's a card and a deck we both have liked. So yeah, I'm very happy putting it in A plus.
Yeah. Well, here, do you want to go? Do you want to go in order, or do you want to go like looking at the other top decks? I feel like that could be fair as well.
Okay, yeah. So where do you want to go to next?
I figured I don't know for some reason I just went to actually let's talk about Gardevoir EX because we've talked about it a little already.
Yep.
And there's a handful of other cards that go with it, but Gardevoir EX obviously if you're not familiar, it accelerates like a lot of energy, or accelerates all the energy from your discard into play. Each one you do, you put two damage counters on the Pokemon you accelerate to. It doesn't need to be a psychic Pokemon. It also has an attack 190 for 3. And it's got like somewhat low HP for stage 2 EX, but that doesn't matter that much. But yeah, this card is obviously powerful for accelerating a lot of energy and then also putting damage counters on your board for some things. We'll talk about Monkey Dory, and I mentioned Screamtail earlier. I mentioned Mega Dancy. There's also Frillish and Jellicent EX,
Yep.
which I think was a card that I wanted to put, but we just didn't quite have space for it. And yeah, I mean, Gardevoir EX I feel like is very good. To me, it's I think it's the second best Pokemon in the game in my opinion. Um, I don't know if it is, but I think I'd probably say it's the second best. As in, it's like either A plus or S tier. Um, Obviously, it just accelerates so much. It's so versatile and it's so powerful.
Yeah, I mean Gardevoir isn't like an all-time great Pokemon, right? For its ability, what it does. So
Yeah,
if you want to put it S tier, I can do that. I don't. I think it, and I think we may adjust things if we have to down the road, but I think it could be S tier. So you want to
okay,
slap it there?
sure. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. I mean, generally, I mean, you're someone who really doesn't like to put a lot of cards in S. I'm someone who doesn't love to. I guess I do in thumbnails, but yeah, it's obviously very good. All time great as you said, and been good its whole time. That's like not what we're judging. We're judging these now as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been good. It's been resilient, surviving like losses. Cards that people are like, oh yeah, it's gonna be so bad when it rotates, when this other piece rotates. And it's gotten like better essentially. So, anyways, then we have another card in that. Is there someone you want to go next particularly, or
Oh,
um,
you want to do another main of a deck card like Dragapult then,
hmm,
or what do you want
yeah,
to do?
I was kind of thinking like there are other cards in
Okay.
Gardevoir, but there's not like I mean there's like Monkey Dory, there's Liz Clefairy EX and stuff like that, but they're not like just in Gardevoir or anything like that. So yeah, let's do Dragapult then.
Okay. Dragapult, which of course is another great card. In 320 HP, no weakness. Of course, there's a Lily Scaferi, which you mentioned, and we'll be talking about that too. 200 for for two energies, and place 6 on the bench. Pokemon any way you like. Very, very nice attack. Hard to one shot, and and we're kind of including the Dracloak in with Dragapult, right? If we were doing a more extensive list, we probably would have broken out Dracloak, but Dragapult without Dracloak would be weaker, right? I would say. So I think to a certain extent, Dragapult does get a little bit of a bump by Dracloak, and I think I'm okay with that. Dragapult has been just played a ton, so it's hard not to see it falling somewhere in the A tier, right? It's not S tier, I don't think, but it's somewhere in the A range.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's very good. In my opinion, it's like pretty close to Gardevoir EX, especially when you include Dracloak. I feel
Hmm.
like those are like the Pokemon 2 and 3, maybe. I'm a big fan of Squawkbilly EX, but realistically, it doesn't belong that high. So yeah, I'd say A plus. I'd put it above Goldengo.
Okay.
Um,
Do you want to put it below Gardevoir in S tier or not? I
um,
can have three in S tier. I don't want to go beyond three in S tier, most likely. So
yeah, no, I'm probably fine with A tier. I think that's fair.
okay, top of eight,
Or A
top.
plus, A plus.
Yeah, A plus, the top of A plus, and probably stays the top of A plus.
Yeah. And then I guess we've been talking about it a little. Let's talk Lowe's Clefairy EX. Lowe's Clefairy EX is a card that's pretty unique. It's a trainer's Pokemon, which essentially doesn't matter at all that it's a trainer's Pokemon.
Right.
There's a Lily's Pearl which interacts with it, but that's not played very much. So Lowe's Clefairy EX, it gives Dragon Pokemon a weakness to Psychic, and it is also a powerful attacker. Well, it's like an okay attacker.
Yeah.
Powerful when saying for weakness, of course. For Psychic colorless, it's part of the Legendary Beast Trio cycle, except it's like not doing 20 more for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponents. And this is for 2 energy psychic colors. And it has 190 HP, which is like low.
Yeah.
And its damage is like okay. I mean, it's not amazing. You can get it to be pretty powerful with like Air Zero Underdepths if you want. So in say like a mirror, if you're playing like Terra Box or something, it's like good, I guess. But or potentially quite good. But for the most part, when you're not hitting for weakness, which the thing you're hitting for weakness is Dragapult EX, I'm pretty sure there's not another good dragon, unless I'm like blanking on something.
Well, we
There's
have
like Raging Bolt,
yeah, Raging Bolt potentially, but you don't see that
but
as much now.
yeah, and also has a lot lower HP.
Yeah.
So weakness it like matters, but it's not as big of a deal. Dragapult's kind of hard to knock out. So this is like mostly a counter to Dragapult, but it isn't even like an amazing counter to Dragapult. I mean, it like one shots it, but also Dragapult one shots you. Um, So I don't know. I feel like it's a decent card. It's somewhere in the B range, like mid to high B range, maybe.
Yeah, because you need to be playing a psychic deck to have it. So it's limited for the decks that can play it. Like the
Yeah. It
attack
could be
is
teched in though. It could be teched into like I mean Terra Box or things like that. It's one of the easier techs that's not colorless.
yeah, yeah. So I think it's a B or a B plus. I would think.
Yeah, I'd say probably. I'm like quickly looking through the other Pokemon. Yeah, I'd say B plus feels
Okay.
fair. It's like a good card. I think it's like an underrated attacker by itself. Again, it's not like amazing, but it's okay, and obviously a very powerful tech against Dragapult EX. Is like one of the easier ways to kind of like to knock it out there.
Yeah.
And
Let me
then
just say
yeah.
the thing I don't like. It's better than just a smidge better than Genesect EX. I think so. Maybe I don't know if one of them is off or not. That's but
Okay, I'm fine dropping it down to B then.
drop. No. I think no. I think Lily's is noticeably better than Genesect EX. Is what I'm saying.
You're saying
I think
but on the tier list it's a smidge better.
I think either in one sense I'd be happier if there was even a more of space between the two cards on the shows.
Oh, okay.
But I
Let's give it a B plus. I think it's a fair space.
okay, that's fine. All right, go ahead. What want to do
Okay.
next?
Yeah, I was thinking Monkey Dory. Monkey Dory kind of interacts with Dragonpult
Yeah.
and Gardevoir, and it also interacts with Marnies. Maybe we'll go there after this. I don't know, but
Okay.
yeah. So Monkey Dory. This is a card I am a known hater of, but it's not a bad card. And I think I have like the more I played with and against it, the more I kind of understand it. But anyways, you have the ability. Well, you have an attack for Psychic Colors to do 60 in Confusion, which is like okay, I guess, but it's not that good. Obviously not something you're really looking to use very often. But then Adrenabrain here, once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any darkness energy attached to it, you can move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This does a handful of things. First of all, it does healing. Um, and then it also does extra damage. Healing isn't super useful, and it only does the extra damage if you have the healing, and it does need an energy attached to it. It's played in specifically Gardevoir EX is like an important piece. It's not like the most important piece because I mean it's not as important as Gardevoir by any means, but obviously extra damage is nice and the healing can be useful or it can be bad. But again, the extra damage is cool, and you can get a few of these and be doing a good chunk of extra damage. Same thing within Mario Scrimstar on EX, and then it's also useful against Dragapult as a tech option, which is like or against other spread decks, I guess, but mostly Dragapult there. I feel like, um, and there I think it is useful. That's something I kind of like. I mean, I don't really play that much Dragapult, so I feel like Monkey is kind of against other decks. It's not very impressive. If you're just playing it in a random deck like Dragapult, for example, um, including in your deck, I used to think including it was a pretty situational card in that deck because you don't have extra energy attachments. You don't have extra um, like damage on you all the time. I mean, you could, but you aren't necessarily going to do that. And if your opponents are not knocking you out, then that's good, and you should be fine anyways. But it is useful as a tech option, kind of like some of the other cards we'll talk about, like Shaman and Psyduck. I sometimes see people just like get it turn one in like random matchups, which is like I think bad. I think it's a card that people misuse, but and I do think it is overrated. But I think it's okay. But I don't know where I want to put it either.
Yeah, look, Monkey Door is it's a good card. I think the reason you're down on it, sorry with my voice, but a couple things. One, people don't use it well all the time, but that's not Monkey Dory's fault. People all on a regular basis when I'm playing against people, they don't put the damage always on the right Pokemon. I don't always do it either, but I don't play Monkey Door a ton. So, but people don't do that well. And there's decks that people have played it in that don't make sense. You know, we've talked about like they would put it in Goldango, but Goldango's one shotting, so you don't need the extra damage. And you usually get one shot with Goldango too. So it was very iffy. Plus, you need to you're usually manually attaching every turn. So there's just decks that have been played in that don't make a ton of sense, and people don't use it well. But that's not Monkey Dory's fault. It is good. We don't have Frostlast on the list either, which is good, and that's another way you can use Monkey Dory as well. Where to put it though?
Yeah. Oh,
It's
I have one more thing to
yeah,
say, relating to it, or like I kind of mentioned this, but within something like Goldengo, it's not like I mean, it's like situationally useful again if your opponent's
yeah.
playing like a spread deck, and I mean something like Dragapult, or if they're like
Hmm.
really picking at you and you want to stop that, then it can be useful, and you might have an extra turn. It's not like amazing. It's like okay.
Right.
So as like a tech option, it's okay, but it is truly a like tech option, a situational card, one of the last cards you slot in. And I think people are sometimes treating it like a lot of times when people see people play it because they're like, oh, this person played in a tournament. It's like, yeah, it's like a situational tech, which can be good,
Hmm.
but it's not like an every game type of card. You don't want to be setting it up like most of the time. And you should not be getting it turn one. Like Mukidori is almost never a card you should be getting turn one. I feel I mean you could, but you need to already be set up. I mean this is like it varies from deck to deck, but yeah. Um,
Yeah, yeah, no, those are good points. So, but I think it's still a very good card. So I'm thinking it's like an A minus B plus range.
yeah, I'm fine with. I think A minus feels fair. It's like good. It's not crazy good. It's not like a I would say certainly a top 10 Pokemon. I don't think, but it's like it's a decent Pokemon.
Okay, so A minus is where we're going with that. So what do you want to go to next?
Let's go to I guess I feel like there's another top deck we're missing. Yeah, Charizard. So Charizard EX is very powerful. It's been another card that's been very good since it's come out. I mean, I think
Yes.
like all the top decks in the game for the most part have. So Charizard EX, you accelerate 3 fires when you play it from your deck to your Pokemon, mostly to itself because it's taxed 2 fire here, doing 180, 30 more for each prize your opponent's taken. It's just powerful. It's pretty straightforward here, but it's like a good card. It's Yeah, it's just a good card. I mean, you can accelerate to other things, but that's a little more situational there. Especially for like a lot of energy there. But yeah, I feel like it's good. Like A plus is where I'd put it.
Yeah, see, I think it's a better card than it is a deck right now. Honestly, I think it's a tremendous card. 330 HP is very good. The fact that it accelerates three energies, you only need two to attack, so you have a bonus energy to start setting something else up. Really good, and the attack, like you said, scales over time. So you ought to put it A+. I'm good with that. And then
Yeah, I put it below the other two
okay,
in A plus right now, personally.
okay. I mean that's fine. I'm fine with that. I think Charizard's a better card. I think I'd rather play Goldengo as a deck. So, it's between those two, right? Dragapult was going to be higher than that anyway. But so the bottom of A+ at this point for Charizard.
Yeah, it's very good. I don't think. I mean, I think debating between that and Goldengo. I mean, Goldengo like has the draw and like specifically with the Goldengo, one Goldengo is good, one Charizard's good, but then getting more Goldengos makes your deck even better, like in play.
Yeah.
That's not really true for Charizard. Charizard isn't. I mean, it's not like it's super not versatile. It's moderately versatile, but Goldengo feels a little more versatile in my opinion. But
Okay.
it requires more setup as well. But anyways, they're pretty close. And then I guess we should talk about Pidgeot EX. Obviously, a card generally paired with it there, and it's a card that is good, allowing you every turn to search for a card. You cannot use more than one of its ability per turn, even if you have different Pokemon. But yeah, and then it also has an underwhelming attack, but not like a horrendously terrible attack. And then it has free retreat, which is good, and it also has low HP for stage 2 at 280. I think Pidgeot EX is also very good. I think there's a time at which was underrated. I mean, it's mostly
Yeah.
just playing Charizard, and I guess some other some like Terra decks sometimes. But yeah, it's very good. I feel like it's I don't know, where would you put it?
Yeah. Well, it also has been it's in control decks, right?
Oh yes,
That's the other thing it's been. So yeah, obviously a tremendous ability. Yeah, and it's your pivot. Obviously, it's a little squishy two prizer, but now we have three prizers back. So where is it? I mean, is it about like an A, something like that?
yeah, I was gonna say A, maybe even A plus. Like it's good. I guess A. Yeah, maybe like just A tier seems fine.
Okay, I mean, I think it's below Charizard, right?
Yeah, I mean I think Charizard's very good.
Okay, so we'll put
So
it in A tier. A tier didn't have anything yet, so I think that works.
yeah, just there's somewhere you want to go next, or you don't have a strong preference.
Um, no, I mean, do you want to hit some of the main attackers still? So we got like Marnie's Grimmsnarl, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that seems fine. You wanna read that or should I?
Yeah, Marnie's Grimmsnarl, so stage 2, 320 HP. It does 180 and 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So that those damage numbers aren't great, right? That's the weakness. It's a Marnie's trainer, so you got some tools to work with it there. But then it's got a very good ability when you play it to evolving from hand. You search your deck for 5 basic Darkest Energies attachment to your Marnie's Pokemon any way you like. So really good getting those energies in play. So it just sets itself up, sets up other things. I don't love Marnie's though, I gotta say. I really like the ability. It has potential. I'm not a hugest Marnie's fan myself though.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I kind of agree. I agree with your like ratings, but I'd say it's a card that is to me it's just like a worse Charizard. I mean, they're not quite the same, but they're pretty similar. I mean, Charizard GX is very good, but I'd say it's like A minus. I feel like I'd put it probably below Monkey Dory in that tier. It's like it can be good, right?
Yeah,
But it's not like as a Pokemon, it's fine. The only reason it really sees play, in my opinion, is because it does use Darkness Energy, which is what you need for Monkey Dory. And so it makes it a little more like fitting within that. Outside of that, though, like Charizard, well, it accelerates less, accelerates to other places because Marnie's like technically accelerates to other Pokemon. Um, for the most part, that's just going to be other Marnie's Grimmsnarl lines, which is like fine, but it's not like I mean you could have gotten the energy on them anyways with it itself. So or with another one. So um yeah, if like the Mario's pieces had more synergy, I definitely like it a bit more there. But yeah, I'd say like A minus below Monkey Dory.
okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I think that's a good place for it there. Why don't we go to another attack darkness attacker that this one not as familiar with as most because I'm not a huge fan. I'll say, and that's Mega Absol. You good with going there?
Yeah, yeah, I think we're gonna kind of slant. Maybe not. I mean, it's okay. It's all right.
I mean, all these cards are good cards anyway. So, but 280
Mhm.
HP on a basic Mega gives up three prizes. So, tanky for a basic, and it's a weird set of attackers combination. Dark Claw of Darkness 200 for 3. And then you discard one card that you of your choosing from your opponent's hand, so not bad there. Although I don't think one card discard is enough to really swing games. I haven't really played. I played against it, and I'm okay with whatever they get rid of. And then the other attack, which is the fun one, but pulling off it for 2 energies. If your opponent active has 6 damage counters, it's knocked out. So that's a lot of fun. But I think it's more fun than effective myself. So I'm not
Yeah.
huge on the Mega Absol myself.
Yeah, I mean the first stack when this was revealed, I was like, oh, that's the cool attack, the one I'm focusing on, and yeah, again, as you said, it's more fun than it is good. The second attack is definitely like all right. I mean, it gives up 3 prizes, which is like bad.
Right.
And like this is like a similar damage, just like something like Murad on EX, which isn't even like on this, I don't think. Yeah, so
No.
um, just gonna card from your opponent's hand there, it can be really powerful, right? But there's like kind of 3 situations, and it's only good in one of them. So if your opponent has a terrible hand, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it will hurt them, but like it's bad anyways, so it doesn't really matter. And then if they have like an absurdly good hand, then it also doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
because like you're just getting rid of one card isn't really gonna hurt them, even if you hit them with. Oh, also this is my favorite card to slander. Xerxes Machinations, hitting them with that, and then hitting them with this. It's like okay if they have like 2 cards that they really need, like a boss and a superior energy retrieval, because they can't keep 2 of both, but like they can keep more or less what they need. It's better to hit them with Iono because then they won't have the cards that they need in their hand as likely, essentially all the time. So, but anyways, you can disrupt their hand first and like pair this with Mega Absol, which like can be good, but like it's still kind of sketchy to be honest. So I'd say it's like definitely kind of meh. It is like technically the main attacker of its deck, but I don't know. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
we'll
it's a
talk about the other
box.
cards
It's a
again.
box deck. So
Yeah. So I definitely say it's lower here. Where do you want to put it? I mean, I played with this deck some, and it's like, I mean, it can be fun, but I don't think it's super. I mean, it's also kind of hard to play. You need to like get rid of the right card. I know what to do there is sometimes difficult.
yeah.
But yeah, where do you put this?
I mean, is it like a B? I don't know that goes above that.
Yeah, I think B.
You
It
want to
could
B
even be
minus it?
B minus. Yeah, I could say like just above Genesect EX maybe. Um,
So
I'm
you think it's
trying to
better
think.
than Genesect?
Yeah, I think it's the same tier. So I'd say I'd put it above it. I mean, Genesect's like really good in one turn, but it's not really like a super important. I mean, it's important to the deck, I guess, but it's not
Yeah.
like this. It doesn't do like that much. We'll talk about wait,
Okay.
Friend Number. Yeah, Friend Number Time's not even like on the list because that's grouped in with Knocked Owl, and yeah, so I'd say it's just above it, but it's like in the same tier.
Okay. So top of B tier. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Let's see. Another attacker. Should we jump to Raging Bolt?
Oh, I think I want to talk about Mega Kangaskhan first. I feel like we should go through the other attackers in Mega Absol or
Okay.
the box.
Yeah.
So wait, what do we have? We have yeah, Mega Kangaskhan EX here. This is like another Mega, and one of
Mhm.
I think 3 on this list. For the most part, the Megas aren't super good. Mega Kangaskhan EX, in my opinion, definitely the best. I don't think there's like too much debate about that because it has a decent draw ability, drawing 2 if it's in the active. And it's not like absurd, but it's like you can pair with a lot of CX, get some extra draw every turn. Then for 3 colors here, oh, you do also have 300 HP, which is tanky there. I
Yeah.
actually recently made, as I said, a video about versatile Pokemon, and this is one of the ones that is like very versatile. But for 3 colors, 200 flip coin to get tails, 50 more for each heads. Well, the coin flips can be kind of frustrating, and you can lose games because you don't get lucky or you get unlucky or whatever. For the most part, like 200 for 3 is still like decent. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's also all colorless. And then the ability is nice. Overall, it's a pretty well-rounded Pokemon. It kind of reminds me of UEX, which we'll get to a little bit later. Um, I feel like I mean, it's not amazing. I'd say it's like um, my gut reaction was like A minus. I think.
Yeah. I mean, the return cost of 3 is really bad for its ability, right? We
Yeah,
have
but
Air
you
Balloon
generally just
back.
pair it with Latias or like EX or Pekka EX in that
Yeah.
deck. Again, it is bad, right? If it was 2, that'd be a lot better for Air Balloon, but it's still like
Well,
it's still very useful.
it would go in more decks, right? If you could Air Balloon it, because not every deck
Yeah.
wants to play like Latias.
Yeah.
Only basic decks do. So you think it's what, like a A minus range?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, I'm not sure where I'd put it in A minus. I'd say it I don't know. I feel like that's the tier for me.
Okay. Um, all right. So A
Do you
minus.
not like it there?
No, it's fine. I'm not. It's hard to evaluate. Like, should it go above at the top above Monkey Dory? What do
I'd
you?
say it's the worst of the cards in A
So you have
minus.
bottom A minus. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
but
fine with
I don't
that.
know. I'm not feeling super strongly about that. Oh, I got the wrong card. And then the third attacker in that deck, there's also a Veltal. We don't have a Veltal on this tier
Right.
list, but a Veltal's like fine, I guess. But then it's Cornerstone Master Ogre upon EX. Honestly, I will say I don't like see a Veltal very much. Like it's not something I'm very scared of, or something I'm kind of scared of, but I don't really see. But anyways, Cornerstone Master Ogre upon EX here, one of the three Ogre pawns, which are all quite different, or one of the four, the ones like
Right. We
quite
don't
bad,
have one
but
on.
um, yeah, anyway, so you have the fighting one here for fighting colors. Colors to do 140 hit through effects of attack or effects on your opponent's Pokemon.
Yeah.
No hit, weakness, or resistance. It's whatever. But then you have Cornerstone Stance, walling off all Pokemon with abilities, which are a bunch of the top Pokemon, though not all of them. But if your opponent's playing a deck that's really heavily reliant on abilities, like for example Goldengo or Charizard or something, this can really shut them down. I feel like Cornerstone Master of Pontiac is a card I really love. It's very good. It's a card I don't play with too much, but it is good.
Yeah.
Where do you put this?
I mean, because it's a basic, so you don't need to evolve it. You can slap it in when, like, if you play one of in a deck as a counter to things, you just slap it in. It's also an ability, not effective attack, so you can just immediately get into play. I like it for that. And having hitting through effects is always nice in a deck. Where to put it though? Wow. Is this like a B plus card?
I was gonna say A.
A okay, that's fine.
Um,
I like it a lot. It's not the best of the ogre pawns, I don't think. We might debate that. It's not the worst though either. I don't think. Um,
of the three or of the
of the
four?
three, not counting the fire one. Yeah, the fire one's the
Yeah.
weakest of them. Unless you're playing ogre pawn box, I don't. I wouldn't touch that one probably.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't touch an Oripon box anyways. But
So you want A like with Pidgey out there?
yeah, like below Pidgeot maybe. Or do you want to put it A minus?
I can put an A below Pidgeot. I'm fine with that.
Okay. And then I guess we'll move on to Raging Bolt, which we you mentioned before. Raging Bolt
Yeah.
EX is a pretty good deck in my opinion. Like it's not amazing, but it's like all right. It's my opinion a clear top 10 deck. Anyway, so what you do is for lightning fighting, you discard any amount of basic energies from your Pokemon, do 70 for each basic energy discarded in this way. Obviously, can be very powerful, can be powered up with Sadas or Crispin, paired with Teal'c or Pontiacs, which we'll talk about in a second here. Um, I feel like it's good. I'd put this one in A tier as well, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, when we were prepping this, I honestly had kind of forgotten about Raging Bolt. I haven't seen it in a while, and I haven't played it in a
Yeah.
while. It used to be obviously one of the top couple decks. It's still a very good deck. So, you want to put it. It scales really nicely. It's a multiple of 70, very good. Can power it up in one turn. So you want to put it like as A tier. Yeah, it's not as good as Charizard and stuff.
Yeah. I will say, like, I think this is the card that one of the cards people will kind of say, like, oh, well, like this one isn't that good. Um, I mean, every time I play against it, I feel like it feels as strong as it was before, in my opinion. Really with whatever I'm playing. I mean, there are some decks that like, it's not the most versatile deck, but it's powerful, right? It kind of reminds me of Goldengo. So yeah, I'd say A. I'd put it at the where do actually you put it at here?
You want to put it at the bottom of A? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
I'd probably put it above Fighting Ogre Pond.
okay. I'm fine with that. So the middle between Pidgeot and in the cornerstone ogre pond,
Mask, yeah.
cornerstone mask. Yeah,
Um, And then Teal Mask,
yeah,
the other Ogerpon, which, fun fact, it has a left art and a right art, which is kind of funny, but kind of silly. But anyway, so you accelerate a grass from your hand, and then you draw a card. You can do this every turn. And then you do, for 3 grass, you do 30 more for each energy attached to both actives. The attack's kind of bad. Mostly played in Raging Bolts. Oh, in Terra Box. Yes, played in Terra
yeah.
Box. And Raging Bolt, and it's also played in Venusaur, I guess. And yeah, and Hydrapple. So yeah, I mean it's useful for getting energy on your board, which is obviously very powerful in some situations. Um, it like draws your card. It's not like a draw engine. It like replaces the card though, so it gets you like a little more draw. It's like I'd say a little worse than Golden EX's draw ability, in terms of draw, but it's still like nice. So, or maybe a bit more worse, but it's definitely a good card. I'm not exactly sure where I'd put it here.
Yeah, and I think it's a versatile card too because I do play some grass box decks. Not these aren't like top tier decks, but grass box decks. You got the bug catching set. You slap. I like to slap this in, so it goes in a lot of different things potentially. I like it a lot. I think it's the best of the ogre pawns. Obviously, I think it's between this and the cornerstone mask between the two for the top spot myself. So I would put it. Probably right next to Raging Bolts, I would say.
Above it.
It could go above or
Right.
below it, depending what you want to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it, I guess, above it. Yeah, I agree. They're right next to each other. Yeah, I feel like it is a bit more. I don't know. I think all three ogre pawns are honestly very close in my opinion.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it's a good card. A bit versatile. It's not the main focus of really any deck though either. But yeah, then we
No.
have the third ogre pawn I think we'll talk about, which is Wellspring Master Ogre Pawn EX. This one here for three or for one, I guess I'll say first. You can do Sob, which traps your opponent. That does 20 as well. This isn't super useful without double turbo energy. It can't like win you games really, but it definitely can be useful to buy some time,
Yep.
though it is kind of risky there. But then you have Torrential Pump for Watercolors. Colors you do 100. You can shuffle through energy from this Pokemon back into your deck. You do 120 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Um, in my opinion, this is very good. I mean, it's like heavily disruptive, right? It does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it does a lot of bench damage, right? It does more than Dragapult. Dragapult's kind of known for its bench damage. Obviously, it's a lot less active, and powering up's like kind of weird comparing it to Dragapult. It's another energy, but it is on a basic here. And it's like the main Pokemon within Terra Box. It's quite good there. It can be teched into other things as well. It's one of the like better, more generic Terras for like knocked owl stuff. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, just like it's so rough to get hit by this. I feel like this is also in the same tier. I mean, you want to put it lower. How good do you think this is?
I mean, it's the one I don't play a lot now. It's the whole thing powering it up and all. Is it you got to kind of have the flow with it, I guess, and I don't have the flow with it. Um. So I would put it A minus. You want to put it in the A tier though? I
I'm good with A minus, like just above Monkey Dory.
okay. So top A
I mean,
minus.
I could even have it like under Monkey Dory. I'd put it over it. I think that it's close.
Okay. I mean, Monkey Doors, I think, has more use cases, I would say. But
Yeah,
if
but it's like weaker, right? Like Will Smith's Ogre Pontiacs can win games, um, the turn you attack with it essentially because it can like completely obliterate your opponent's board. Well, there's Shaman's kind of play to it. I don't think Shaman's like I don't know. I mean, I don't see it that much, and I feel like this is the main thing that Shaman counters, and Shaman is played. I'm trying to think if there's something else like super meaningful that it counters, and I can't. So yeah, I mean, I'd put it like
okay,
A minus. So you want to
so we'll
just
do
above Monkey Dory?
yeah. So we'll put it top A minus then with Bellspring Mask Ogre Pond.
Okay. Then we have. Where do you want to go next?
I don't know at this point.
Okay. I'll say Knocked Owl. We're kind of talking Terror Box here.
Yeah,
Knocked Owl, obviously a card. We're also lumping in Fan Rotom with this more or less, like the searching of it. But Knocked Owl allows you to on play if you have a Terran plate, search for um, two trainers, put them into your hand, and this is obviously good. Getting two trainers like super good.
yeah,
You do need a Terran play, which means that this isn't always the most reliable. It is on play, so it kind of requires resources put into it. But this is my favorite engine in the game. Definitely, I really enjoy these like types of engines. I enjoy the Inteleon engine. But anyways, this is good. Where do you put this?
yeah. I mean, I thought I was gonna like this a lot more than I have. I will say just because I don't. If you're gonna play this, you really need a basic Terra in your deck, right? And I'm not playing a lot of basic Terras. So what to do? But it's really tough to put this because it's tremendously powerful. So I think
Mhm.
it's got to go in the A tier somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'm fine. That's where I was thinking. I don't know where I'd put it,
Is
like
it
really at all. Maybe the bottom.
bottom of A tier, below the
Yeah.
Cornerstone Mask Ogre Pond? Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I mean, yeah.
it's situational, but it goes into a number of decks, and it's insane when in the right spots.
Yeah, I mean, like you're kind of building around it as well. Like if you're playing a deck with Noctowl, you need to be putting a basic Terra, even if it normally doesn't have a basic Terra.
Yeah,
Then kind of making use of that card. And like maybe playing Era Zero under depths, even when it's not as useful as maybe it could be. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this card is just it's really powerful, but it's also as you said, kind of like hard to set up and kind of situational in that way.
yeah.
Then I guess we'll talk.
You want to talk Sarah Ledge?
Sure, that's fine. You want to read that one?
Yeah, so another stage one EX here, 270 HP, and it has a Terra attack, 280 for three different energies, discard energies. But the main one's Abyssal Flames, does 30 plus 20 more for each energy in the discard pile. So you want to get a whole ton of energies in the discard pile. So you build your deck around it. It's a very fun thing to play. I don't, I've never been a huge fan that it is a great deck though.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. I feel like it's always been that like borderline top 10. It's gotten a little better with like Lunatone Soul Rock, and I do like the new item Blowtorch, but um yeah, I mean, I'd say it's I don't know where do you think it goes?
Is this like a B plus card?
B plus. I'd put it a little above that. I mean, it's like a powerful attacker. I always view it as like a worse Skull Nengo. Um,
Okay.
I'm fine bottom of A minus.
Okay. I mean, I can't go above A minus, I don't think.
Okay.
So, okay.
So yeah, that sounds good. Then I guess we'll talk about. I feel like Squawkabilly EX kind of feels right to talk about here.
Yeah.
Obviously, card that's been very good. Right now it's it's a bit weaker, but on turn one you get to discard your hand, draw 6. You can't use more than one ability per turn. You have like a usable attack, I guess, and low HP is for a two prizer as well. But yeah, the ability. I mean, it's like very powerful. Obviously, only usable in one turn, which is
Yeah.
bad. Um, I like this card. I like this card a lot. I think it's very good. Um, I'm not sure where I'd put it exactly though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nerf to Dene GX, which but was good they nerfed to Dene GX because that was crazy powerful. It's obviously only some type of decks want this, and obviously this turn one, it's got an attack, but that's not all that great typically. So where to put it though is really tough though. I would say, right? Is it somewhere? I mean, I don't think it's more than an A minus though, and it might be
So
below
it's
that.
gonna be A. I mean, I really like this card. I think it's. I mean, it bails you out of bad hands turn one. Turn one's realistically the most important turn of the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like what it does is so good. I could see it at the top of A minus though.
I
Um,
mean, do you think it like if you aim A, do you think it's at the level of Noctowl or no?
um, I mean, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, it's so good. Like you can have a dead hand except have a ball search card. The only card getting out of that is Squawkabilly EX. Pheasant Dip EX kind of sort of gets you out of that. I mean, maybe your hand has like the evolutions and stuff, and then the basic will get you there. But um, yeah, I mean, it's very good. I think it's underrated. It can be a kind of build around. It's a card you're often looking for. Um, maybe A minus though. I mean, obviously after turn one, it doesn't do anything at all really. So, and it is a liability. So I'm fine with top of A minus.
Top of A.
Um,
Okay. All right,
like
we'll do
very
top
solid.
of A minus, and yeah, it's obviously these things get tricky, right? In the right situation, they're great, but then they're of no value in a lot of other cases.
Yeah. Um, I guess let's start filling out some of the lower tiers here. I guess we'll talk Shaman. I definitely don't think Shaman's amazing here. It's the first card on the tier list as well because I guess Destiny Rivals is D. I think it's alphabetical by like set name or something,
Okay.
or set symbol. But anyways, this stops bench damage done to your Pokemon that don't have rule boxes. And this can be useful. Obviously, it has 80 HP, which isn't good. I mean, I guess it's more HP than 70, which could be useful occasionally, but it's not by pop and searchable, so that's pretty bad. Um,
Yeah.
but this card is obviously, these bench player effects can be very good. I definitely feel like Shaman's one of the weaker ones we've seen just based on the metagame. It doesn't stop Dragapult EX or Monkey Dory or Dusknoir. So I don't know. I feel like this card is kind of bad to be honest.
Yeah, I think the fact it doesn't stop damage counters being placed is a big limitation, and it doesn't protect your rule box Pokemon. I think it's this is might be the weakest card that we've talked about so far. I think it's just very situational. So, I mean, you think it's like a B or a B minus?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine putting it in the last spot
Okay.
for the cards we ranked. It's like situational. It can be good, but again, it is situational. Um, and a lot of the time it's just not super good, and it's kind of hard to search. While talking about this, I think we should talk about Psyduck as well. Psyduck is kind of similar, letting you stop your opponent or removing the abilities of Pokemon, or it's remove yeah, they're removing the abilities of Pokemon that knock themselves out when their abilities. This is notably stopping Dusknoir and I guess also Dusclops there.
Yeah.
This is good. I'd say like Dusknoir, we'll talk about. I guess we'll probably talk about it right after this. Dusknoir is really powerful and can really sweep boards in a way that Spirit attacks kind of can, but like they require, I'd say, more setup and like more specific decks built towards them. I guess I feel like Psyduck. I mean, Psyduck's not amazing, but I definitely put it above Shaman.
Yeah, I mean, what it does is really more niche than Shaman, but because of how good Dustnor is, Shaman's, I mean, Psyduck's more important. So the question is, it's still, it's not above a B though, right? Psyduck?
Yeah, I'd say B tier feels pretty fair.
Do you want to put it top of B tier, or where do you think it goes
Wait, don't
there?
we not have anything in B tier?
I have three things.
In regular B?
Yeah,
Wait, what do you have
I
in
have
B?
Genesect.
Oh, I have those in B minus.
Oh,
Wait,
they're,
so do you have? I have Lily's Clefairy EX in B plus,
yeah.
and Mega Absol and Genesect EX in B minus,
Oh, okay. So I
and
have
Shaman.
those in B. Okay, so you want to
Oh,
put
okay.
Mega Absol, Genesect, and B minus above Shaman, and now, I mean above, yeah, Shaman Psyduck's the first in B. Okay,
Yeah. Okay. If you're fine with that. So
yeah,
yeah, and then we'll talk about someone obviously knocks itself out as we were saying, and it places 13 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's very powerful for, as I was saying, like sweeping boards. Kind of that's its
yeah,
best use case. Can allow you to get knockouts. It gives up a prize, which can be bad, but can be good as well at times. Um, Overall, I'd say it's a good card, right? Obviously, um, it allows you to you just do some really powerful things. It requires a good chunk of setup as well, and again, you
yeah.
do knock yourself out, which can be very bad. But I definitely say this card is it's very good.
Yeah, because what it does is it allows you to attack, knock out the active, and then if it's an evolution Pokemon they're attacking with, you can knock out the pre-evolutions as well, right?
Mhm.
Which is very crippling to your opponent. But because it's an evolution, you have to get the basic down first. Your opponent knows what's coming and prepares for it. So that's the big negative for it, I would say. Um, is it somewhere within the A range? Is it
Yeah,
like a
definitely.
so,
Um, I'd say it's like on the higher end. I don't know if I'd quite go A plus. I'd say A plus. Maybe I'm not sure. It's definitely not above Charizard, but I could see it right below Charizard maybe.
yeah, yeah, between Charizard and Teomask Ogerpon, I think is a good place for it there. I'm happy with that on the A tier.
Wait, where's Ogerpon for you?
I thought in the A tier, the
Oh, wait,
Teom,
where's Pidgeot for you? Wait, where's Charizard for you?
where Charizard's A plus.
Yeah, yeah. You said between the wait, isn't Pidgeot between those two?
Between I'm sorry, between Pidgeot, Pidgeot's the top of A tier right now for me,
Oh yeah.
and between that and Teomask Ogerpon, which is below,
Also
right?
an A tier.
Yeah, below.
Yeah.
So I'm putting
Okay.
it between
Yeah.
Pidgeot and Teomask. Yes
Um,
or no?
I'd put it above Pidgeot. I think. I'm fine with this though.
So you want top
I
of
mean,
A tier with it?
yeah, I'd say like very top of A tier.
Okay. I
Um,
probably for the meta, it that's where it's at now. I think long term card quality, I put Pidgeot above it, but I think for where the game's at, I think that's a good call. Top of A
yeah.
tier.
And then I guess we'll talk. I'm going to talk Latias CX, I guess. Latias
Okay.
CX is a card that I think is very good. I was a
Yes.
lot. Well, you were very low on it when it was revealed. You just like didn't think it was going to be that good.
Yeah.
Um, it gives a retreat to all basics. It has like an attack that is. I've like essentially never seen this attack used. A lot of decks that play it actually can use it. Um, and it could be useful, but it's very situational. So, yeah, free retreat to all basics, very powerful. We've talked about it, I think, a few times. Certainly talked about it with Mayhang's County X, but like every deck in the game plays basics. Um, Really every deck in the game, like basic decks, obviously this is good. It allows you to have free retreat on all your Pokemon, which is like super good. And it's not like a liability really. I mean, it's kind of a liability at times, but um, it's a two prizer with like these like fine HP for a basic, a little low,
Yeah.
but it's certainly fine. And then if you're playing an evolution deck, then you want your evolution in the active, your basics not in the active, so it's also good. Has some good synergies with like something like Tatsugiri or something as well, but um, yeah, it has a little redundancy with air balloon, but it's
Yeah.
easier to search. So I'd say this is very good.
I think I don't think it's so useful in evolution decks like you do. I gotta say because um, I just it's not so necessary. It has a lot less value. It was better before air balloon, especially right now. We have air balloon, we have Arvin, so we can get air balloon into play easily. Most things aren't more than retreat cost of two, which then you know and also for things where you need bench for like your engine and stuff, having something like Latias EX can be a liability. So I'm not as quite as high out as you. It's good, but it's what I don't think it's above A minus.
Really?
I see.
I
I
was
know.
gonna say,
So where do you want to put it?
um, I'd put it. I was gonna say S. It's not S, I
No,
guess.
it's not
Maybe
S.
like bottom of A plus. I don't know. I mean, like it's so good.
I mean, look,
It's. I mean,
it.
it's not absurdly powerful. It's like super versatile. I feel like it can go in any deck. I mean, it's like in most Dragapult decks. It's in like Gardevoir sometimes. I was just looking through like half times Gardevoir, and those aren't basic decks, right? So,
Yeah.
um, I'd say it's I'm fine with A. You want it somewhere in A. Well, you said you don't want it higher than A minus.
Well, but you want it. You want an A plus tier? Is that what you want to do? I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess.
fine with an A, like lower A. Um,
Okay.
I can't put it really below. Maybe between Ogerpon, Teal Mask, and Raging Bolt.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. If you want to push it above like Teal Mask, I'm okay with that too.
No, I'm fine with it right in the middle of A there. That feels okay.
Okay. All right. All right. So got you a compromise there. So all right. So where are we going next? We have why don't we do Blood Moon or Luna? How about that?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So getting some of these attackers. So very good situational, versatile for decks. 260 HP on a basic. It does 240. Can't attack the next turn, but you have Latias EX, which is one if it's in a basic deck, or oh, Air Balloon doesn't cover it because you have to it's three reach cost of three, but that might not be an issue because it's got the ability, season, skill. The attack cost is one less per each prize card your opponent's taken, and it's a attack cost of five colorless. So it attacks for cheap as the game goes on, or free. So 240 for potentially no energy is a nice number, and 260 depending what your opponent's playing. It might not get one shot, so it's good. It's versatile. I don't think it's tremendous, but I think it's good, right? It goes in a lot of box style decks.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very good. It's another card that okay, honestly, I don't play this card that much. Um, it's played in a wide variety of different decks. It's very powerful. It's played in some box decks, but it's like probably the easiest tech card in the game to play.
Yeah.
Um, I guess it depends exactly what you consider a tech card, but I would consider this a tech card. You look at it in
Okay.
like Dragapult, Marnie's, Mega Absol, tons of basic box stacks. I definitely think this card is very good. I mean, it's HP. Like, we're not talking too much about the HP. The HP is like absurd.
Yes.
Um, like, I mean, like average is like 220 or so. This is like drastically above that. The damage is pretty good and it can be free. Um, I'd put this in A plus. I feel like.
Okay. I mean, as I was looking at it more, I think it goes at least middle of A tier. So you want it. I think it's below Charizard though, so I think it's bottom of A plus. How about that?
Yeah, we could even put it in the top of A if you want. I'm fine.
Okay. Which do you want? I can go either.
I'd say A plus. It's very powerful.
Okay.
It can like definitely be a very important part of games for a lot of different decks. So yeah. Then let's talk about though. I think we should talk about Pheasant Dipty EX now. Pheasant Dipty EX, of course, if you're not familiar, this card is it's very good. It allows you to draw three if one of your Pokemon's knocked out last turn. Can't be used multiple times in the same turn by like different ones, but yeah, it's very good. I don't think there's too much debate about this card. I've already said this. It's like the best card the best Pokemon in the game. Um, yeah, I don't know if you disagree with that.
No, I think it is, and I think the attack gets ignored. But if you can pay for three on with which we talk about some other attackers, 100 to any Pokemon is still a useful attack too. So I think yeah, it's the top of S tier. I don't really think there's any debate about that.
Yeah, I think the only debate is whether you push Gardevoir EX down because of this. Um, but I wouldn't. I'll leave it there, I guess. But it's like very. It's not like the main Pokemon in any deck, but it's so good.
It is, right? And you've made the argument that you think people should consider putting two in a index just so that you have access to it if it's prized because it's so important for decks, which isn't a
Yeah,
bad
actually,
bad thought.
yeah. Yeah, you can draw it easier. Also, it's a Pokemon that like is really good to target because if you don't target it, then your opponent's gonna get 3 cards if you take a knockout.
Yeah.
So you want to target it, and then it's in your discard, and then you need Night Stretch to get it. But then you can't get off a Nest Ball. So if you play a second, you could also get off a Nest Ball. It's not like absurd, or it's not like it's not like you need a second copy, but like it's okay. Like it's definitely something worth considering at times. But then we have another basic utility Pokemon, which is Mew EX here. Mew EX is this card is such a pain to search. In a Limitless because 151's abbreviation is Mew. But anyways, it lets you draw till you have 3 cards in hand, once every turn.
Yeah.
And additionally, it has like low HP here, but it does have an attack that's decent for 3 colors. Copying your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. It's situational, but can be really good. And then also is for your treat. Overall, it's a pretty well-rounded Pokemon. A card I really enjoy. I said just made a video talking about these kinds of cards. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool card. It's like like a decently powerful card, but also somewhat situational when it's good. But
Yeah.
it goes in a lot of decks.
It's a good card. I think when it first came out, it was probably better. I think we don't have that with Pheasantipity and things. The draw aspect's a little less useful. And things. The attack can be good. The pivot's good. Yeah, just a nicely balanced, good all around card that can go into a lot of decks. It's not great though, so that it makes it tricky where to put it. I don't. Is it like an A minus type card?
Um,
Is it a B plus card?
Yeah,
Or
I'd say somewhere in A minus, maybe between Monkey Dory and Mars Crumb Certainly X, maybe.
okay, yeah, that's kind of what
Yeah.
I was thinking. I was kind of targeting that area myself when I was first looking for a spot. So kind of
Yeah.
middle of A minus, above, right below Monkey Dory.
Yeah. Then let's talk about another Pokemon with a good attack and ability, which is Enzoric EX.
Yeah,
Enzoric EX is an interesting card which lets you discard 1, draw 2 every turn, which is like pretty decent.
yeah.
And then for 2 darkness, you copy one of your attacks of an benched Ends Pokemon and uses this attack. This card, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this card? I'm definitely not. I don't play this that much, to be honest.
I've played it some. Obviously, we had the discard one, draw two. Curlia was the most recent one, I think, but other ones before that too. Usually on a single prize, so making it on a two prize Pokemon, I thought it wouldn't be that useful. It's still not widely played, I don't think, but the attack it has really good potential. The ends, I think, aren't the best attackers. They're pretty good attackers. So I do like it. 2 energies, 280 HP. It's all pretty. It's good, um, but it's not great. That's my
Mhm.
thoughts. Um,
Yeah.
so it's what is it like A minus B plus range? Is it a little?
Yeah.
Am
Yeah.
I
I'd say.
going too low?
Um. I'd say A minus, maybe above like Serial Edge or something.
Okay.
Feels like about right. I mean, it's okay. I'm definitely the ability can be nice, but as you're saying, being a two prizer isn't so good. It's HP is not like low by any means, but um, generally you're looking for your engines to be single prizers. That's generally going to be better. I mean, it kind of depends, but it also has 2 retreat, unlike some which have a 1 retreat. And its attacks like unusable if you're not really building around it. So you kind of have to build around it, and then it's just all right. But um, yeah, I'd say A minus there.
Okay.
Then you want to talk about Alakazam, one of your favorite cards?
Yeah, because you don't want to talk about Alakazam, I imagine. So
Yeah,
but potentially the best single prize deck in the game. Alakazam, stage two Pokemon, 140 HP. When you two things, it's got an ability. When you play it from hand, you draw 3 cards. Which in the stage one, at Kadabra, you draw 2 cards when you play it, which fits in with the attack here. Powerful hand for 1 psychic energy. You place 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each card in hand. So you build up these big hands. You get up to what do you need, like 17 cards in hands, I think, to one shot some of these stage two EXs, but it's very doable with this, and you get the right engine to go with it. So it's a lot of fun, is what I'll say. within it. So it's single price decks are not the best decks. They just aren't in general. They're not now either. But it's a lot of fun. I think it's more fun than quality. Although it is a solid single price deck.
Yeah, I'd say it's like a, in my opinion, like a borderline top 10 deck.
Yeah,
People in my comment section seem to think this card's like, or this deck's like absurd. And I don't know, like I feel like I don't know. I think it's okay.
yeah,
It is the best single prize deck, I guess. I mean, we don't have any other single prize decks on this. We have a handful of single prizers. They're all support pieces. So,
yes.
um,
Imagine if we
yeah,
had
I'd say
imagine if we had scoop up net in format with this card though. That
that'd be
that
cool. That'd be cool.
then it would be insane. I think.
Well, but you have suspicious timepiece, right? Which is like similar.
Yeah.
It's not the same, and people don't even play that, or I don't even know if that's the right name of the card. But yeah, I feel like this card is. Where do you put it?
Is it like a B plus card?
B plus. I could even see it
You
in
think
like
it's
B.
B? Okay. Um,
Uh,
then it's so it's better. It's better than Psyduck. I would say, although less played, right? It's less universal, obviously.
Yeah, I'd say it's like a little worse than, or a little better than Psyduck, I guess. I don't know. I feel like they're pretty similar. So
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
All right.
Just above it.
Top of B tier then is what we got. That.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? You want well, why don't well, let's go. Let's hit the Dunsparce, which is with what I'm playing is one of the engine pieces for Alakazam, as well as other things. Stage one, it retreat costs a 3, but that doesn't really matter. It has an attack. You don't want to ever use that either. But what you can draw 3 cards, and then it shuffles back into your deck as well as all attached cards, the basics, energies, all that, which is nice. And so it's a nice engine. What I like is first off because it goes back in the deck, so you can get it back and set up the following turn. Also, which the best part about it, I think, is you don't. It's not an on playability. You can get it. It's in play. It's 140 HP, so it's not getting knocked out by Dragapult on the bench or something. But then, so it's there for whatever turn you need it. Boom, 3 cards. So it's a really nice engine piece. It doesn't get a ton of attention, I don't think, but I do think it's pretty good. I don't think you're as big a fan of it as I am. So, what are your thoughts about the Dunsparce?
Yeah. I mean, I think like as the thing you were saying where like you can wait and then you can use it on the turn you need it, that is very good. Um, Other than that though, like as a true engine, it draws you 3 cards, but it also like costs 2 cards every time you use it because you like lose it. It's
Yeah.
not like a repeated draw engine like Enzoric EX where you get 2 cards. Admittedly, you do lose one, but you do see 2 new cards every time you use it. Same thing with Dracoloak. Um, and they get value over time. Dunsparce doesn't. It's not like an engine which like is better the longer it's around. If it's just sitting there, it's not doing anything. So, or like yeah, it's kind of like a Pheasant DX one time, but it's like more costly there. If you want to use this over and over again, I admittedly can use it with um, enriching energy, but that's like kind of clunky. Specifically, you need the attachment, so you can't be attaching anywhere else. That's the big issue there. But
Yeah.
with or no, what did I say? Wrong energy with enriching. Is that what I said?
I think yeah is what you said,
Uh,
which you
oh,
draw
okay.
for when you play it,
Yeah.
when you attach it.
Um, but then you you like assuming you're not using enriching, then you're drawing 3. But then you put 2 back into your deck, and then the goal is to play this again. So you want to get those 2. So that's essentially a net of 1 card every time you do this cycle, which is like okay, I guess. But um, then if you're committing resources to getting you're getting it, like it's okay. I mean, it's an okay engine, but it's more fun than it is good. Just like Alex Sam. I mean, I'm not saying this is not fun. It's super fun, but it's not super good, right? I'd say this is also like I can see maybe B plus tier.
Um, I think that's probably fair. Yeah, I'm fine with B plus. It doesn't. I think it could get more attention than it does from things. So you want it. What we have, what the Louis Clefairy in B plus. So you want it above or below that?
I'd say I guess I'll put it above. I don't know. They're very different cards, but
Yeah.
um, Then we got, I guess we'll talk about some of the single prizes here. Let's
Yep.
stick along with that. We'll talk about another pretty fun one, in my opinion, which is Lunatone. Also grouping in Soul Rock with it. Lunatone, of course, if you're not familiar, this card is like, it's one of the newer cards on this list, and it lets you discard a fighting to draw 3 if you have Soul Rock in play, and you can't use more than one of this ability per turn. Soul Rock, if you're not familiar, does 70 for 1 fighting if you have a Lunatone in play, and does not hit resistance, which I always forget about, or weakness, which I also always forget about. But yeah, Lunatone and Solar's like okay, definitely a nice addition. I think Solark might be a little overrated. I think Lunatone's a little underrated, but yeah, drawing cards is good. This is something that relatively low commitment. I mean, it's like you do need the fighting energy though, and that's the issue where like this is not really going to help you if you're put down to like a low card low yeah low card hand with like Iono.
Right.
You're not necessarily going to have the fighting energies. I mean, it could help you, but it's it's kind of sketchy there. Um, Also, I'm not like the biggest fan of this in Gold Dingo. I mean, it's like all right, certainly, but it does cost energies, which are what you need to like take knockouts. So that's kind of clunky, and it's a different energy type as well than whatever you normally want to be playing. But yeah, Lunatone is obviously good in terms of draw. I'd put it in A tier, I think.
Okay. I mean, A tier is very obviously very is very good. So, and I think it is good. I mean, the fact that like looking at Goldengo, which you were knocking it at, but actually a lot of Goldengos play this, so they
Yeah, no,
completely
they do, they do.
so it completely took a top deck and it redid it, right? Because it was built around the ace spec before with all one of all these one types now is leaning into a bunch of fighting energy, which you discard it, so it works well with it. But obviously, it works well with any deck with fighting energy. If you have a fighting deck, which aren't the best decks around. But if as those decks get better, it'll be better too. So where do you want it in A tier? You want it? Is it lower A tier,
Yeah, I'd say it's
middle?
probably near the bottom, maybe above, maybe middle, maybe above. Like I'd say it's next to Raging Bull, either above or below it.
Okay. Um, let's put it between Raging Bolt and Latias then. We'll put it above
Okay,
Raging
sounds
Bolt.
good.
Okay.
Then we got everyone's favorite card here, Badoo. Badoo, of course, is annoying. But it's good. It's a good card, allowing you to item lock. Oops, I clicked on the wrong Badoo. To the this one, which by the way, there's like not a lot. But yeah, Badoo has an attack for free, which does 10, and item locks their opponent. It has free retreat, that's 30 HP. This card, the definition of a glass cannon. I mean, I don't know. It's a cannon as in a very powerful attack. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but
Right.
yeah, this card is disruptive. It's like really allows you to slow the game down a lot of the times. It doesn't always slow the game down. Like sometimes your opponent just has what they need and it doesn't really do anything. But yeah, I definitely say this card is good. There were a time where people are saying this card's like super broken. It's like not super broken, but it's a very good card.
I mean, just looking briefly like at what decks it's played in, the big thing I will say is it's played in a lot of decks. It's a one of in like so many decks. It's absurd. So I'm not even, which shows partly how good it is, right? It free retreat, no energy, so it lets you, if you want to go second, you stop your opponent from doing something while you set up your bench. Um, it's good. Obviously, it's not doing much damage. How where's it gonna go? Is it like an A minus card? You think it's higher than that?
I
What do you
think
think?
it's I think it's higher than that. I think it's A tier,
Okay.
maybe I have no idea where to put this card though, really. Um
I mean, it's
I'd
higher.
definitely
It's higher than Lunatone, right? Which was middle of A tier, right?
oh, well, let's just say it's lower than Latias, so I guess we found where it's going.
Okay.
Um yeah.
I mean that.
Um
Yeah. So kind of middle of A tier. It's fair. It's it's getting these things do get tricky at times.
Yeah, and we're kind of like splitting hairs here a little
Yeah.
bit. But moving on, I guess we'll talk about the last single prize right here, which is Joltik. Joltik is a card that I don't dislike. I don't like the deck, but I like the card.
All you do is
Um,
say bad things about it, though.
Bad things about the deck because it's not all the energy acceleration you need for the whole game, especially after you're picking that you accelerate all the energy to gets gusted and like knocked
Well,
out.
yeah.
But anyways, so maybe that's me being bad though. But anyways, for one colorless, it is a 30 HP basic as well, just like Badoo. But you should check for up to 2 basic grass and 2 basic lightning energy cards. Attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. This is powerful for sending up your board. I will say we don't have, I don't believe any of the Pokemon that are paired with Joltik. They are like pretty decent, but they're not here because we ran out of space. But Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a lot of energy acceleration. It is an attack, right? Using your attack to
Yeah.
accelerate. It's obviously better if you didn't have to use your attack to accelerate. But it sets you up for a bunch of the game. You can kind of patch things together with this plus Crispin, plus
Hmm.
like tools, plus like Blue Mercy Luna EX. I feel like the Jolting Box deck comes up short a lot in terms of energy, and I feel like people like have kind of come down on the deck. There were a time when it was a time when it was just like super popular, but yeah, I'd say it's okay. I might even put it in like B plus range.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, looking at like results in actual IRL tournaments, it's not it's not tremendous, I would say. So you think B plus range? So you want to
Yeah.
so we'll put at the top of B plus above the Dunsparce then?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Then we got Megalopunny, the last card on this list. The only one from the new set, I think. I don't remember. But anyways, so for two colors, you can do 160 hit through effects of attacks. You're a stage one colorless mega here, and then you have the attack Gale Thrust for one colorless. You do 60, but if you move from the bench to the active, you do an extra 170. So you do 230 for one, which is very good. This is played as the main attacker in a deck where you're utilizing Dust. Oh, yeah, it's also played in Goldango. I haven't really seen I guess in Goldango. I know they are played. I've never
Yeah.
actually been attacked by them. I've never seen one even play them down. And like I see Goldango all the time. But anyways, yeah, with Dustmore, it's played as the main attacker. And then you have like Manikangas Kanyaks for draw. It's like a kind of weird deck, but it's pretty decent. Really like building into Dustmore there, but Mega Lopunny is like fine. It's a lot of damage for one energy. Um, yeah, I'm surprised. Like, so Uncommon Fossil, what are your thoughts on this card?
I mean, see, I was the bigger. It's similar to Rapid Strike Urshifu in that the big that for one energy does good big damage moving from bench to active. Now, I was the big. I think I played Rapid Strike Urshifu more than you did, but
Mhm.
I think that part of that. But I don't like it as much as you do Mega Lopunny. I think because I think Rapid Strike Urshifu at first the Rapid Strike stuff was good, plus the bench hitting was a big part of it, which this doesn't have. So it's wow, it's very
It
it's an
does more
awkward.
than Rapid Strikers Fu as well by like a bunch.
Yeah, it's different than that. What it does. So I'd say maybe it's A minus tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably put it even lower than that. I thought you were gonna say like it was like B or something. I'd say like A plus, or no, I'm not B, A plus, B plus. Um, yeah, like I might even put it. I'd probably put it below Joltik in that tier. Um, yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I do like this. I feel like you don't like this card. I mean, I don't think it's amazing, but I feel like it's a decent card.
Yeah, um I think below Jotech's fine. I'm losing my voice here.
Uh, yeah, I see that. I hear that. Okay, well, luckily we finished the tier list here.
mm,
So, yeah, I think this. Oh wow, I can hear it in your voice a lot.
Yep.
So yeah, we hope you enjoyed the episode today, though, and tell us in the comment section on YouTube what your thoughts are. If there are any questions you
mm.
have or comments or whatever. Um, Also, make sure you leave a like on the YouTube video and subscribe if you're watching there. You can also listen to us on podcasting platforms like Spotify or stuff. I don't really listen to podcasts,
Yep.
but you check us out there. And make sure you check us out on both our channels, Icon Fossil and 10 Types, for different stuff. But we hope you enjoyed. And as always, we're excited to see you in the next episode.
Take care.